And it came to pass on one of the days, as he was teaching the people in the temple and preaching the gospel, there came upon him the chief priests and the scribes with elders. And they spake, saying unto him, Tell us, by what authority does these things, or who is he that gave thee this authority? And he answered and said unto them, I also will ask you a question, and tell me, the baptism of John, was it from heaven or from men? And they reasoned with themselves, saying, If we shall say, From heaven, he will say, Why did you not believe him? But if we say, From men, all the people stone us, for they are persuaded that John was a prophet. And they answered, They knew not whence it was. And Jesus said unto them, Neither tell you by what authority I do these things. And he began to speak unto the people this parable. A man planted a vineyard and let it out to his husbandmen, and went into another country for a long time. And at the season he sent unto the husbandmen a servant that they should give him of the fruit of vineyard. But the husbandmen beat him and sent him away empty. And they sent yet another servant, and him also they beat, and handed him shamefully, and sent him away empty. And he sent yet a third, and him also wounded, and cast him forth. And the Lord of the vineyard said, What shall I do? I will send my beloved son. It may be they will reverence him. But when the husband saw him, they reasoned one with another, saying, This is her, let us kill him, that inheritance may be ours. And they cast him forth out of the vineyard and killed him. What therefore will the Lord of the vineyard do unto them? He will come and destroy these husbandmen, and will give the vineyard unto others. And when they heard it, they said, God forbid. But he looked upon them and said, What then is it that is written? The stone which the builders rejected, the same was made that head of the corners. Every one that falleth on the stone shall be broken to pieces, but on whomsoever it shall fall, it will scatter him as dust. And the scribes and the chief priests sought to lay hands on him in that very hour, and they feared the people, for they perceived that he spake this parable against them. And they watched him and set forth spies who feigned themselves to be righteous, that they may take hold of his speech, so as to deliver him unto the rule and to the authority of the governor. And they asked him, saying, Teacher, we know that thou sayest and teachest rightly, and accept not the person of any, but of truth teachest the way of God. It is lawful for us to give tribute unto Caesar or not. But he perceived their craftiness, and said unto them, Show me a denarius, whose image and subscription hath it? And they said, Caesar's. And he said unto them, Then render unto Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and unto God the things that are God. And they were not able to take hold of the saying before the people, and they marveled at his answers, and held their peace. And there came to him a certain Sadducees, they that say that there is no resurrection. And they asked him, saying, Teachers, Moses wrote unto us, that if a man's brother die, having a wife, and he be childless, his brother should take the wife and raise up the seed unto his brother. There were therefore 7 brothers, and his first took a wife and died childless. And the second and the third took her, and likewise the 7 also left no children, and died. Afterwards the woman also died. In the resurrection, therefore, whose wife of them shall she be? For the 7 had her to wife. And Jesus said unto them, The sons of this world marry, and are given in marriage. But they that are accounted worthy to attain to the world and the resurrection from the dead neither marry or are given in marriage. For neither can they die any more, for they are equal unto the angels, and are sons of God, being sons of the resurrection. But that the dead are raised, even Moses showed in the place concerning the bush, when he calleth the Lord of God Abraham, and God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. Now he is not the God of the dead, but the living, for all living unto him. And a certain of the scribes answered, said, Teacher, thou hast well said, for thy durst not any more ask him any questions. And he said unto them, How say they that the Christ is David's son? For David himself saith in the books of Psalms, The Lord said unto my Lord, Sit thou on my right hand, till I make thy enemies thy footstool of thy feet. David therefore called him Lord, and how is he his son? And in the hearing of all the people he said unto his disciples, Beware of the scribes who desire to walk in long robes, and love salutations in the marketplace, and chief seats in the synagogue, and chief places at feasts, who devours widows' houses for a pretense, making long prayer. These shall receive greater condemnations. This was the book of Luke, chapter 20.